Have you ever wondered why some people, who seem incredibly charming and sophisticated at first glance, have a strange and unpleasant odor about them? Is there a hidden secret behind their glamorous exterior? In this video, we'll uncover an intriguing truth about narcissists. Why do they reek? And I'm not just talking about regular body odor, but a more special kind of scent, one that emanates from their fake, exaggerated behaviors. Together, we'll analyze this peculiar phenomenon from two perspectives. Physiology. We'll explore how psychological disorders and inner chaos can affect the body of a narcissist, leading them to emit unpleasant odors. Psychology and behavior. Could it be that their artificiality and overly dramatic actions also contribute to this unlikable scent? By the end of this video, you'll not only understand the reasons behind a narcissist's smell, but also gain valuable tips on how to identify and avoid these toxic odors. Let's dive into this fascinating journey of discovery. The inner world of narcissists is always a complex enigma. They may appear glamorous, impeccably clean, and even astonishingly fragrant, but beneath the surface their filth and negligence can be shockingly apparent. What creates such a baffling contradiction? The key lies in how narcissists perceive cleanliness. You might argue, my partner is a narcissist, but they're extremely clean, elegant, and even obsessive about personal hygiene. And yes, there are exceptions. However, let me assure you, most narcissists are not like that. Frankly speaking, many are quite repulsive. Cleanliness is not something they naturally value because it has little to do with their inflated ego, which they are always striving to protect. If they do appear to care about hygiene, it often serves a hidden agenda. It could be part of a flawless performance to polish their image or a cunning ploy to gain attention, rather than stemming from a genuine need for personal hygiene or respect for others. Narcissists see themselves as exceptional beings, superior to the rest of the world. To them, ordinary rules seem trivial and insignificant, and that includes personal hygiene. They don the cloak of pride and stride confidently through a world they believe revolves around them, catering to their needs, even if that means accepting their sloppiness. To them, taking care of their appearance is often seen as a waste of time, an unnecessary act. Who am I, after all? I deserve the best, to be treated specially. Why should I care about such trivial matters? This seems to echo in their arrogant minds. They may even assume that others must understand, accept, and endure their negligence. In the distorted worldview of narcissists, they are the kings and queens entitled to every privilege. Their sloppiness and lack of personal hygiene sometimes become a way to assert their uniqueness, their self-perceived supremacy, and a defiance of societal norms. But what many don't realize is that behind this exterior, many narcissists carry deep emotional scars from their childhood. Their early years, instead of being filled with laughter and love, were often marked by neglect and coldness. Instead of warm hugs and gentle encouragement, they faced indifference and sometimes even physical and emotional harm. In such an environment devoid of love and proper care, these children never had the chance to learn or be guided in basic life skills, including self-care. As they grew up, habits like brushing their teeth regularly, bathing, or simply using deodorant became foreign concepts. Deep down, the lingering wounds of their childhood may unconsciously drive them to neglect themselves and ignore even their most basic needs. The past, whether beautiful or painful, can leave profound imprints on a person's soul. However, to truly understand this phenomenon, we need to analyze it scientifically in addition to considering the psychological aspect. Did you know that when the body is constantly under stress, its physiological mechanisms immediately respond? One of the first responses is the production of hormones like adrenaline, noradrenaline, and especially cortisol. Studies have shown that cortisol, the stress hormone, can cause significant physiological changes, including increased sweat production, which contributes to unpleasant body odors. According to a study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology 2007, when people experience stressful situations, the apocrine sweat glands, mainly located in areas like the armpits, groin, and other sensitive regions, are activated, increasing sweat production. This can result in a distinct and highly unpleasant body odor. This physiological reaction is a compelling piece of the puzzle in understanding why narcissists might literally and figuratively reek. Additionally, cortisol not only impacts sweat glands but also affects the entire body, weakening the immune system, raising blood pressure, and disrupting metabolic processes. A study conducted by Harvard University 2013 revealed that prolonged cortisol production can lead to fatigue, reduced self-repair abilities, and increased susceptibility to health problems such as cardiovascular disease and obesity. Notably, elevated cortisol levels over extended periods can cause significant body odor issues, creating discomfort not only for the stressed individual, but also for those around them. For narcissists, however, the story becomes even more complex. You might think they're immune to stress because they seem to create stress for everyone else. However, the reality is that narcissists, no matter how untouchable they appear, experience the same physiological responses to stress as anyone else. Their bodies cannot escape the effects of stress hormones, particularly cortisol. Narcissists often revel in anger, as it gives them a sense of power and control. Yet studies have shown that even a single outburst of anger can spike cortisol levels significantly, taking up to 7 days for the body to return to normal. According to a study by the American Psychological Association, 2007, just 1 minute of anger can increase cortisol levels in the blood by up to 40%, and this effect can linger for an entire day. For narcissists, who often exist in a perpetual state of anger and tension, their bodies are constantly flooded with cortisol, which is a primary contributor to persistent and unpleasant body odor. The dangers, however, go beyond the physical. With every tantrum and arrogant action, narcissists are building a facade to hide their inner vulnerability. Psychologically, they are reacting to deep-seated insecurities about themselves. According to the theory of narcissistic personality disorder, Rosenberg, 1995, narcissists often have a vague and fragile sense of self, which they try to mask with layers of pretense. Anger becomes the tool for asserting dominance and amplifying their ego, but in truth, this anger reveals their inner frailty. So, when you encounter a narcissist, don't be fooled by their calm demeanor or confident facade. Beneath the mask lies profound psychological turmoil and unresolved rage. While they may excel at putting on a show, their body odor often betrays the unrest within. Stress, unpleasant body odors, and insecurity are unmaskable symptoms of a life steeped in chaos and anger. If you've had similar experiences, don't hesitate to share your story. Your voice could help ease the loneliness of others on their journey of healing. This topic is rarely discussed, not a diagnostic criterion for narcissism, and I have no intention of judging anyone. I am merely sharing personal experiences, observations, and insights gathered from others, with the hope of better understanding these hidden corners of the soul. Science continues to uncover the intricate connections between emotional storms and hormonal imbalances in the bodies of narcissists. However, beyond biological analysis from the lens of the soul, I see a deeper truth. That unpleasant odor seems to be more than just a physical symptom. It is a lament from their decaying spirit. It's like black smoke emanating from a hardened heart, from a conscience that's gone silent. No matter how they try to conceal it with glamorous appearances or eloquent words, that odor seeps through in their every breath and action, permeating the space around them. Personal hygiene is only the surface, as the true issue lies deep within. Like a flower ravaged by pests at its roots, even if it still boasts vibrant petals on the outside, its pure fragrance is long gone. Replacing it is the stench of decay, signaling a life in decline. Narcissists, with their grotesquely inflated egos, have lost touch with themselves and the genuine values of life. Their souls grow barren and dark, radiating negative energy that drives others away. Perhaps that unpleasant smell is a warning, a call to awaken, a plea for compassion to help them find the light, to rediscover the path back to their true selves. In the vibrant world of narcissists, there are two types of smelly behavior I want to uncover: the pseudo scholar and the moral hypocrite. These two personas with their self-scripted performances may seem opposite at first glance, but both exude a stench that makes others want to keep their distance. Let's explore the masks they wear to understand why these behaviors reek. What lies behind their glittering facade? What truths are being hidden, and why do they feel the need to create artificial fragrances to deceive others? All will be revealed under the light of truth, so we can gain a clearer perspective on the deeply conflicted inner worlds of narcissists. In the Narcissists constellation, the pseudo-scholar shines not because of genuine knowledge, but because of the artificial glow of their delusions. They convince themselves they are the embodiment of supreme intellect, a fountain of wisdom, holding the key to all knowledge. From astrophysics to the secrets of perfect scrambled eggs, no subject escapes their self-proclaimed expertise. Every word they speak, every story they tell is drenched in grandiose jargon and lofty concepts, as if to cement their position atop the intellectual hierarchy. They crown themselves as a living version of Google, a prophet whose intellect surpasses the bounds of humanity. Their proud gaze, condescending tone, and every gesture exude self-satisfaction. They dwell in an imagined realm where they are gods, atop Mount Olympus, gazing down at mortals with disdain. Yet, in reality, that world is merely a stage where their ego plays the lead role, with all tangible values discarded. The irony lies in how, while they feverishly construct the image of a brilliant scholar, their arrogance blinds their reasoning. The basic standards of civilized behavior are overlooked, if not completely ignored. Personal hygiene, a trivial concept, unworthy of their lofty intellect. Bathing, changing clothes, or even applying cologne are, in their view, habits reserved for ordinary people. They live in a loop of neglect and denial. Their inflated ego prevents them from noticing the overpowering stench of their unwashed bodies, or the sweat-soaked shirt they've worn for weeks. At times, their greasy, unkempt hair becomes a badge of honor, a supposed symbol of their relentless intellectual pursuits. They convince themselves that every action they take is noble, that they are dedicating precious time to great discoveries, leaving trivial matters like personal hygiene far beneath their concern. However, anyone bold enough to point out these shortcomings will immediately face a storm of wrath. Their overinflated yet fragile ego cannot tolerate even the slightest criticism. They will readily justify, mock, or outright deny reality to protect the shimmering facade they have painstakingly built. The pseudo-scholar is not merely a humorous archetype, but a profound cautionary tale about the distortion of the ego when consumed by delusion. Knowledge, when merely a surface-level veneer, can never fully mask the emptiness within. Without awakening, these illusory stars will eventually fade, leaving behind a sky devoid of genuine light. In contrast to the pseudo-scholar who is lost in a world of illusion, the moral hypocrite is a master of concealment. They wear a flawlessly crafted mask of sweet words, polite gestures, and polished appearances. To the world, they are the embodiment of virtue, an ideal to aspire to. They project an image of perfection so dazzling it commands admiration from all around. Yet behind this dazzling mask lies a dark truth, a soul entirely at odds with its outward image. When the doors close and the admiring eyes of the world are gone, the facade begins to crumble, revealing a nature steeped in laziness, selfishness, and irresponsibility. Everyday actions, no matter how small, reflect the chaos of their true self. A seemingly spotless kitchen transforms into a battlefield of dirty dishes after their culinary escapades. Clothes lie strewn across every surface, and disorder invades every corner. They have no regard for cleanliness, nor do they care to share responsibility for communal spaces. They believe they are entitled to be served, to be prioritized, as though those around them exist solely to cater to their every need. And so you, the one closest to them, inadvertently become their servant, tasked with cleaning up their mess, organizing their chaos, and enduring their endless demands. Every action, every word carries an undercurrent of asserting power, subtle yet unmistakable, as if they are testing the limits of your endurance. The danger of the moral hypocrite lies not in their outward actions, but in their internal contradictions. They can enchant the world with their polished exterior, honeyed words, and feigned kindness. But you, standing behind the curtain, enduring the daily confrontation with their true self, are the only one who truly understands the horror behind the mask. Beneath this radiant facade lies a decayed soul, emitting a stench not of physical uncleanliness but of deceit, selfishness, and deeply ingrained irresponsibility. This odor pervades your shared space, insidiously poisoning your environment. Living alongside them is akin to residing in a room filled with vibrant flowers, yet constantly plagued by the faint, persistent stench of decay that leaves you restless and drained. Worse still, the moral hypocrite is not easily exposed. Their cunning ensures every deceitful act is wrapped in the guise of goodwill and care. They make you doubt your own perceptions, forcing you to question whether you are being overly critical. Yet the truth is evident in the smallest details, in those fleeting moments when they forget they are performing. Learn to see through the mask, for appearances are not always what they seem. Don't let sweet words and polished gestures deceive you. Trust your instincts and pay attention to seemingly insignificant details, for it is there that the truth reveals itself. A decayed soul cannot forever hide its stench, and sooner or later the light will expose it all. I hope this video has given you deeper insight into the hidden corners of the narcissist's world, especially the peculiar connection between their behavior and their distinct scent. Remember, awareness is the first step in protecting yourself from negative influences. If you're dealing with a narcissist, set clear boundaries and prioritize your own mental well-being. Don't forget to share this video to spread valuable information to those around you. And stay tuned to our channel for more fascinating secrets about human psychology.